Hypermobile humans, do squats irritate your knees and or your hips, but you still want to improve your squat because you know that it helps build strength in your legs and connects with the core and really supports your hypermobile body? Well, you are in the right place. Today, we are going to make a squat work for you, not against you. If you're new here, I'm Nicole, and I teach Pilates for hypermobility at Sheldrake Pilates and Movement, online and in person in beautiful Bellingham, Washington. Now, the techniques and adaptations that you are going to learn today are also a part of my Happy Hypermobile Hips online program. So if you're interested in expanding on this more and getting happier hypermobile hips, then you can check out the link in the description below. Let's go with today's squat extravaganza. I'm going to show you 4 tips today that can improve your squat. However, the tips won't apply to everyone. So just let me know in the comments which ones applied to you and which ones were helpful. Number 4 is the hardest and the most important, of course. If you do any sitting in your life, then you are squatting daily. So this sitting down to a chair is a squat. So we're going to start our squatting practice here because this is something we do in the bathroom, at the kitchen table, in the living room, all over the place. So you get lots of chances to work on your squat and apply the techniques I'm going to show you. I'd like you to do a little squat yourself and notice what's going on. So you're going to sit down and stand up a couple of times and notice what's happening with your feet, what's happening with your knees, where do you place your legs, what's happening with your hands as you move through. So just notice, no judgment, just checking in and seeing what your body does in this movement pattern of sitting down. For our first tip, we are going to start at the foundation, which is our beautiful feet. First of all, you're going to stand in front of your chair, and I'd like you to notice, where is the weight in your feet? Where are you holding your body weight in your feet? Are you forward on the balls of the feet? Are you back in the heel? Are you centered? Just notice. And then as you go down into your squat, notice if that changes at any point, and then come on back up. If you're forward, weighted forward in the feet, I'm going to invite you to bring your weight into your heels. There's still going to be a little bit of weight in the balls of the feet, the front of the foot, so that maybe 60 or 70% of your weight is in the heel. And you're going to try and keep the weight in the heel as you go down, and just notice, what do you feel as you keep the weight in the heel? And then you're going to come back up. So that's the first thing that you can change. Does it make it more difficult? Does it make it easier? Does it change what's happening at your hips and your knees? Okay, the second tip. So let me know in the comments if that one applies to you. The second tip is knees over toes. I'd love for you to think, as you're going into your squat, you're keeping your weight in your heels, and you're going to drive your knees over your toes as your butt sinks back into the chair. And then you're going to reach down into your heels and push to come up, straightening the knees, reaching the knees forward. So we're really lengthening and working the muscles in the back of the legs and across the front. And then we're coming up. This is going to help support the muscles, again, farther up the chain and get more movement of the whole muscle through a bigger range of motion under load as you go into your squat. You're going to give that a try. Weight in the heels, knees over toes. Your third tip is, where are your hands? What is your upper body doing, right? This is a full body movement. What is your upper body doing? So you're going to do your regular sit down and just notice, do you have your hands on your thighs as you go down? Do you have your hands in front of you as you go down? Do you use your hands to support you and your shoulders to support you as you go down into your squat? If you need your hands on your thigh, if you're like, Nicole, I can't get down without my hands on my thighs, totally fine. All you're going to do is try to lighten the load of your hands on your thighs. So you're not pushing really strongly, but you're lightening the load and going down, and then just keeping that load light as you come up. We're working on transferring more of the work into the legs, strengthening, and taking more of the tension out of the upper body. Same thing if you put your hands behind you, right? You come down to a certain place and you find that you're going to be as light as you can with your hands, and then come all the way back up. All right, the fourth and final and most important yet hardest tip or technique that I give to my hypermobile clients is to slow the duck down. Slow the movement down so that you give your body and your brain a chance to communicate and adapt to these changes that you're introducing to your movement patterns. And it is very challenging. To recap, the 4 tips to work on building strength in your squat, coming down into a seated position, is where is the weight in your feet? So feet, you want to think weight in the heels, a little bit of extra weight in the heels as best you can. Then you want to think number 2, knees over toes. You're driving those knees forward as you go down, and you're driving your hips back. So there's an opposition there. And then number 3 is what's happening with your arms. Can you lighten the load there? And if you're like, oh, actually, I don't need to use my arms, I figured out, then you can just have your hands in front of you as you go down. So you can focus on the lower body a little bit more. And then number 4, the hardest, but the most important, is to slow it down. Take your time, let your brain and your body communicate and share information so that you can actually create change in this movement pattern. Okay, let me know in the comments below how this went for you and if any of these tips apply to you, and I will see you in the next video.